I started picking up a couple of books about, changing your financial future. Like I picked up Rich Dad Poor Dad, I picked up Millionaire Mind, but I also picked up a couple of personal development tapes, some stuff from Tony Robbins, etc. And whatever book I'd picked up, whatever program I'd picked up, they all started with, first of all, kind of figuring out where you're at, but then also figuring out where you want to go. And I think that was one of the biggest initial epiphanies that I had was, oh my God, I don't have a clear idea of where I want to go in my life. Like if you want to get directions from someone, you need to know where you're going to go. Like you can't get someone to give you directions to somewhere that you don't know where it is, right? So I was like, okay, the first thing I have to do is actually figure out exactly what I want. Where do I want to be in a few months, like a few years from now, etc. And I that's kind of where I started. And then I watched the movie The Secret. I don't know if you've seen it. It was a cool movie or documentary that really talked about the power of the mind, etc. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. I need to do this. I need to create my vision board. I need to program my unconscious mind so that it starts looking for opportunities, etc. So that was all amazing. And it was well and good, and it was quite powerful. I created a vision board, and I gotta say, a lot of the things that were on my vision board over the years I have achieved from that initial vision board, right? When I created the vision board, I hadn't even traveled that much. When I created my vision board, I had a car that was older than I was. When I created my vision board, I was constantly broke. I was living with a number of people. I was creating this vision board thinking, initially in my head I was kind of like, a little part of me was like, yeah, right. But a big part of me was like, you know what? So many people have gotten success. Let me do this. Now, certain things I found that, wow, I actually achieved very quickly. And then certain areas of my life, which were on my vision board, I wasn't exactly getting. And then there were other areas of my life where, because as I started, learning about personal development and productivity and how to actually get a lot of results. And then one day I was like, I was applying in my work a planning method, and it was very, very effective in getting results very quickly. When you go to you're in a big corporate and you have to plan out a project, and you go, okay, let's look at the project, let's break it down, and this and that and that, and what do you do when, etc. And those are very, very effective. But then a big part of me was like, wait a minute, this is super effective in terms of getting results, and getting results very quickly. The unconscious mind aspect was very amazing, was really amazing in terms of getting great results in the long run of the things that you desire. Why is no one combining these two so that you get amazing results by programming your unconscious mind, by planning consciously what it is that you want, like figuring out a plan and on how to achieve it, and then programming your unconscious mind so that you achieve it faster than ever before, with less hassle than ever before, and that you embody this. And like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, oh my God, this is the key, this is the secret, this is the reason that so many people that that, oh, they go, oh, the law of attraction, manifestation, but they don't do anything. They just put it out there, and they don't achieve because they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan to achieve, and they just hope that, it's like hoping and praying. I mean, don't get me wrong, those are good. There's a religious story that in the olden times, someone went to the prophet, and he had a camel, and he went to the tent, and he said, hey, I want to keep my I don't need to tie the camel. God will look after the camel. And I believe it was the prophet, I could be wrong and paraphrasing, but he said, believe in God, but tie up your camel. So and the reason I say this is, okay, look, you maybe have manifestation, you believe in all of that, etc. But believe, but do the work. Don't just think that things are going to come and fall from the sky and land in your lap. It's not going to happen. And so this light bulb went off in my head, and the more that I thought about it, the more that I realized this is the missing piece. This is the reason that so many people don't achieve what they want, because they are either amazing at planning, but they don't plan what it is for their life, the most important aspects of their life. They're applying it to complex projects in the IT world, but they don't do any unconscious programming. They just do the conscious part. So it's only about random things at work. Or they put this out there and they don't do any planning, or they don't do any conscious work. They just let me put it out there. You need both. You need both. And if you get both, you get results. And so and the more that I began to realize this, the more that I began to understand that this is so the missing piece. I started understanding, I started doing a lot of research into the unconscious mind, and what causes people to take action, right? And what causes people to do what they do, and not do what they should do, even though they want it. And here's what I mean by that. Smokers, classic example. People want to quit smoking consciously, but their unconscious mind prevents them from doing that. And so this is the challenge that so many people face. They only focus on one part of their mind. They only focus on their conscious mind, for example, right? Oh, let me plan, da da da. But you need to program your unconscious mind, otherwise there is resistance. There's a part of you inside your head that's saying, oh my God, am I good enough? Can I do it? Etc. If you don't program your mind, the unconscious aspect, as well as do the conscious planning, then you're going to be at odds, and you may not achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So this was such a huge revelation for me. And literally, when I understood this, I started to, everything that I do right now, and this is how I wrote my best-selling book. This is how I managed to buy the car of my dreams. This is how I managed to meet all the greatest people. This is how I've traveled to over 60 countries. This is the exact system that I've used for myself. And that is literally just understanding and programming my unconscious mind, but then planning and executing consciously. It's a two-step approach. It's a two-punch approach. I don't know what two-punch combo. It's so powerful. And you get this right, man, things are going to be so much simpler. If you miss this, then you're guessing. You're trying. You're wondering. You're looking at other people thinking, oh man, I wish That guy's so lucky. And I've been there. I know it sucks. It sucks. But you want to just, if you can get this bit right, and you know, I'll share more on this. It's a little part of my, you know, I talk about this more in my program, Design Your Destiny, which please feel free to check out at some point. I'll update the links when it's ready. And I'm writing a book on it as well, so wait for my book. But this is so powerful. And I urge you just to research it a little bit more. Please also subscribe, because I'm going to be talking about this a lot on my channel. And wait, hold up, let me give you this a couple of. So if there's one takeaway or one thing that I'm going to ask you today is, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be talking about this sort of thing a little bit more. And where's my subscribe now button? Whoa, okay. And other than that, I thank you for checking out my live video. I got a lot of love for you, and I will catch you on another video very soon. Peace out. I'll see you soon.